Now it's time to press buttons and talk with Manky and ProZD.
Alright, it's evidence. So definitive.
Thank you, Dad. This should be enough to convince even Mr. Edgeworth over there.
Logic.
I'm not even gonna look at you. Make no mistake, there are fingerprints on that murderous gun. And they prove that it was Lolly who killed Oliver.
Thanks for supporting me, what the fuck?
But Oliver was also after Lolly's life. So, Mr. Edgeworth, even you must see that Lolly was only acting in self-defense. The fingerprints on the weapon, huh?
Oh no, this isn't helpful at all.
Look, Mr. Edgeworth, all I want to do is save Lolly. But in the end, all I can do is watch on as she takes the punishment for her crimes.
Alright, fuck you, I'm not married.
That may be all you can do. However, I still have a case to solve and a job to do. The job of unraveling your insidious lie. You wound me. Why won't you believe me, even in the face of all this evidence? Why?
Make no mistake.
Fingerprints on that gun, huh? Press it.
Yeah.
Hold it! Those fingerprints, are you sure they belong to Miss Pops? There's no mistake about it. Through my connections, I have the best forensics techniques money can buy performed. I find that to be a bit peculiar. What? Are you trying to pick an argument with me? What should I do? Should I raise an objection?
Yeah, we have a forensic expert who can probably look at that.
Frankly, I don't believe that Ms. Pop's prints should be on that gun to begin with. Because they're wearing fucking costumes.
Yeah.
But what would...
Is it just stolen costume?
Hold on.
Oh, this one says she is in a costume.
Right. I think that's probably it, but let's just... you know, we're running a little low.
Let's see.
Victim's costume. Okay. Probably just that.
Is there anything else that mentioned that?
Yeah, I think that's what. Yeah.
Oh, there's the victim's costume. But that's not. Yeah, I think it's just that they were
all wearing costumes, right? Yeah.
Makes sense.
Take that. It's simply not possible for Ms. Pops to have left any prints on the murder weapon. Are you guys fucking serious? Because while she was at the stadium, Ms. Pops was wearing a costume.
Well, the old guy's immediately suspicious.
It's crazy that like everyone's like, oh, well, costumes can just be irrelevant all the time.
So this is Fargo, basically. These are completely incompetent.
Huh? But there's been no mistake. We found fingerprints. Well, Miss Pops, do you remember touching the gun at all at any time?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I did hold it for a bit back in the hideout. I was just admiring it. Thought about taking a life. I'd never really considered it before, and I'd really considered the deep implications of it, but I handed it off to Mr. Deacon when he and Lance left for the haunted house.
To retrieve the ransom money, I suppose. And there you have it. That is when Ms. Pop's prints found their way onto the gun. Do you understand now, Mr. Amano? The fingerprints do nothing to prove that Ms. Pops is the murderer.
I'd really love guns, I think.
But you still don't have anything to prove that she isn't the killer, right?
What the fuck, Lance?
You seem very adamant about insisting that your girlfriend is a cold-blooded killer.
Yeah, fuck you, man. Oh, Lance!
What? No way! I'm incredibly worried about her. But that doesn't change the fact that you don't have any evidence, right? That's where you're wrong. I have the evidence. What? How? The story that Ms. Pops killed the victim at the stage in the stadium. The whole affair is simply not true, because that was not the real crime scene, but a setup. This proves that the real murder was not committed at the stadium at all. Did we get evidence saying that about the bullet wound, or the bullet thing on the costume? Because it had to be point blank range, right?
Oh, is that on the
hold on, check that real quick. What does that even have for checking?
Used to kill Deacon. It's got some 3D shit.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything of interest on here.
So go back. Maybe it's the costume itself.
Wait, this proves that it was not committed at the stadium.
Yeah. Because basically, yeah, got it. So,
this is where it says it was point blank.
So because they were saying that it was from the stage downward, it wasn't point blank, but this proves that there's no way that was that.
That makes
Take that!
sense.
Let us take another good look at the costume the victim was wearing. then I believe you will see why I insist he was not shot at the stadium.
Ugh.
Okay, yeah, I know it. It's right here.
Just the bullet hole?
Yeah, because
okay.
Take that! The burn around this bullet hole was made when the victim was shot at point-blank range.
Ah, so then you mean the murder Miss Oldbag saw at the stadium really was...
Yes, she saw two people, but they were separated by a distance. If the victim was indeed shot from below the stage, there shouldn't be a gunpowder burn. Look at you, Mr. Smarty Pants Prosecutor. Since you seem to know all the answers, why not tell us where the real crime scene is then?
I don't know all the answers, I'm just...
Lance set me up to look like Mr. Deacon back at the hideout. If that's the case, then the murder must have happened prior to that. And the location where Lance and the victim were at just before I was imprisoned was...
They always do that in these games where, like, you start to prove a bunch of stuff. They're like, if you know everything, then who did it? Where's the crime scene?
I've
Tell us
got
everything.
I know the real scene of the murder. The real location in which Mr. Deacon was killed is here. The haunted house. It's the haunted house.
Oh, yeah, because that's where we were.
Take that! I think it's not unreasonable to assume the murder took place in the haunted house. The haunted house? Yes, and I have proof that it is highly likely the victim was killed there.
It's
what proves? So it's gonna be the shards of glass.
How convenient.
Mirror fragments? Take that!
They don't have mirrors in the Wild West.
These were inside the costume the victim was wearing. They're fragments of a mirror. A mirror? And what does that have to do with anything? Indeed, you don't exactly expect to find pieces of a mirror shard costume.
Yeah, that's actually pretty dangerous.
However, there is one place I can think of where there is a plethora of mirror fragments. And that is the haunted house. Lance Amano, I propose that you killed Mr. Deacon with the revolver in the haunted house, and I wouldn't clue.
Do we want to look at the cards?
After, no, I think I got it. After that, you stole the blue Badgermobile. Oh, this is like Clue 2, where we figured out how they escaped.
Oh, what happened after that? How'd they get away?
You stole the blue Badgermobile to move his body to the Wild Wild West area. The timing of when the blue Badgermobile was stolen confirms this as fact. Miles, my boy, say no more! I'm sorry, Mr. Amano, but I cannot do that. Not so fast! Be quiet! Yes, please, do something! Stop that boy from speaking any more nonsense! Ernest Amano, correct? I meant you. Shut the fuck up, Grandpa.
Damn.
How dare you!
Okay, Boomer.
I don't need words. The only thing I require is evidence. Decisive evidence. And to call these mirror bits decisive is a bit too presumptuous, Mr. Prosecutor. What? Are you fucking kidding me? Sheena, wasn't there a mirror in the kidnapper's hideout?
Yes, there was a mirror there. A mirror that's for the haunted house.
What was that? I couldn't hear you.
Mirror for the haunted house.
Okay, alright. You see, isn't it possible the fragments
the fingers
got into the costume there? But, Agent Lang, there were no fragments on the floor, so the probability is very low. Not so fast! I'm not going fast. Probability?
That's a pretty funny word.
Lang Z says, on truth's path, the word probability does not exist. The only thing that does is definitive proof. The question, Mr. Prosecutor, is do you have the definitive proof you need?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you?
Do I have solid evidence that proves the murder took place at the haunted house? The answer is no. See? So since you don't have any, you shut the fuck up,
Jesus.
Grandpa.
I think you made a pretty good case, man.
I don't have the evidence yet, but...
It's coming.
I'm certain the murder occurred around the time I turned the ransom over. At that time, the only people at the haunted house besides myself were Lance and Mr. Deacon. If I can prove that the murder took place at the haunted house, then I can prove Lance's guilt in connection to the murder.
What now, Mr. Edgeworth?
Agent Lang, I have a special request. Yeah? I'd like to prove to you that the scene of the crime was indeed the haunted house.
Why in the world are you asking the werewolf for permission?
Hold on, I'm not a werewolf. Just a wolf.
I'm pretty sure you're
Just
a
plain
werewolf.
wolf.
You're not a werewolf?
No, I'm pure animal. Because I don't really have a choice if I want to find the truth. All right, permission granted. But you're not to touch a single thing. Got it?
I'm gonna touch everything.
That won't be a problem. All that's important to me is that the truth be brought to light. It doesn't matter by who or how it's done, as long as it is. Sheena,
I'm here.
I know you're here. Put in the paperwork for the authorization
I
immediately.
usually hang out with you. Understood. I'll go get this gateway group's approval.
What? Who is there another character? No.
Everyone's calm. You don't have to do that.
Let's hold on for a second. There is no need to obtain approval.
Mr. Amano.
Agent Lang, if you would please take a look at this.
What is this? Sheena!
It's the deed to the haunted house.
Thank you, because I cannot read. The deed? Read it out loud.
Gatewaterland Inc. hereby bequeaths the property known as the haunted house.
Could you project just a little bit more?
To Mr. Amano for the lump sum of $1 million paid in full in cash.
At least you kind of tried. What?
Ho, ho, ho! As you can see, I am now the legal owner.
Wow. Congratulations.
Jesus, of the haunted house.
Nobody can ever go in there again. Are you kidding? When did what?
I've got
The
to have
fuck did you just
money.
do?
I ran into the owner of the park earlier, and we made the deal almost immediately.
Wow, you were prepared for that.
How quickly things move when you can prepare $1 million in the blink of an eye.
You sure seem to be acting guilty.
That $1 million you paid. Don't tell me it was...
Oh, that's right. This disgusting suitcase belongs to you, doesn't it?
Hey, that's from the last case.
I don't have any more use for it, so you may have it back now.
You used the ransom money.
My Lance is a good boy. He even apologized for the kidnapping a bit earlier, so I do believe that I will forgive him. After all, he did return the ransom money. That's the way things are, so if he would please discuss things with me from now on.
Discuss? What is there to discuss?
Why, permission to enter the haunted house, of course.
While we were busy listening to Lance's story, Mr. Amato made an incredible business deal. Was out there preempting us.
He's the fastest business.
$1 million in cash. Thank you. Here you go. Okay, bye.
Permission to search the haunted house is denied. End of discussion. Okay, bye.
Well, it's a potential crime scenes. They're gonna get in eventually.
Agent Lang, I want you to arrest that girl. And Miles, you should hurry on home now, my boy, before I really lose my temper.
No, that's the wrong character. Mr. Amano definitely has this deck stacked in his favor here, but I'm frustrated too. What should I do? If I leave it like this, the truth will be lost forever. Wow, this is still
there's
going.
A whole nother thing.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
I thought we were almost done. No, we're still
No, we gotta figure
it out.
Oh man, he bought the haunted house.
What was that deal? Oh, hey, Walt Disney. Can I just buy Space Mountain? Here's $1 million. Thank you. Handshake.
Venmo
Bye.
Venmo that
Yeah, if you
mill
just
to
Venmo
you.
me $1 million,
Yeah.
you can have it. If I can't get permission to investigate the crime scene, then the truth will be lost.
Hold it.
A new character. Oh,
Hold it. It's just me. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. I always wanted to.
she didn't get like a voice clip or something.
Yeah, that's weird. I should really have my own clip.
Okay.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing spacing out? Have you forgotten? There's only one thing you should do at a time like this.
And what is that?
Brush your teeth.
Oh, well, no.
When the people are in a bind, the hero of justice appears to save the day. Look, you just leave it to me. For I am Kay Faraday, the second of the great Yangarango.
But I thought you were a thief, not a hero.
The Yagabugi is noble and is always a thief of justice. Let me
That's...
check my texts.
Of course.
Check Twitter. If we have enough information, I can recreate the inside of the haunted house
That
with
makes
this.
no fucking sense.
This will definitely hold up in court. Plus, if we then factor in everyone's testimony,
You can recreate exactly what happened when I dropped off the ransom money.
Sure, I don't know.
Let's just run with it. I think they're all buying it. We may be able to figure out some new information through this. It's worth a try. Agent Lang. Ah, so you want to use your little toy? Be my guest. That's how my Edgeworth Lang fanfic starts out.
You want to be my little
You want to use my little toy, like your little toy?
Okay, hang on. You're all about to witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood.
Wow, that's a little... that catchphrase is a little forced, don't you think? Detective Gumshoe. Is there a copy of the haunted house's blueprint among the police's... Oh, okay, I was like, are they really just gonna go, haunted house?
Yeah.
Okay, they have at least
Even this, it's like, you're gonna meticulously model the whole place.
Oh, now I get to do something. Yes, sir. We got it just in case we needed it for the kidnapping case.
Wow, they had it ready.
Shit. I didn't realize you had a magic computer. Who could recreate... hold on.
We have a map and a magic computer, and I have a mod on that makes everybody look like Minecraft. All right, I'll input the haunted house data then.
Watch out for the creeper.
What the hell? Where are we?
I don't know, it's technology.
It's like we're inside the haunted house.
Why is everyone freaking out so much? It's just technology.
Even if we can't inspect... Holy shit, this is crazy. Inspect the real location itself. The path to the truth slumbers here.
Try not to bump into shit.
You'll fall into the fountain. It's really right behind us.
There is still a fountain right there that you can't see.
If I can successfully navigate my way using logic, I'll ultimately arrive at the truth.
Maybe we'll arrive at the truth next time.
Yeah, I guess.
This is why the Vive has like boundaries that it sets around.
Like
There's
so
like
you don't walk into a
nothing. There's
fucking...
nothing keeping them.
Right.